Okay, this is the end of day 5? I think day 5. And we're just going to give a brief rundown on where we're at and what's happened. First things first, we have a building permit. You can't really read it from the backside, but there it is. It's in our window. We have a building permit. Not much has changed in this room at all. Pretty much the same as before. Got our stone. Not much has changed in this room. And not much has changed in this room. The front room, not much has changed. And the dining room, that's changed. So we've exposed the brick and the chase, and who knows, Eileen's thinking we're going to put a shelf in this cubby area here and drywall below that, because that brace on the diagonal really kind of needs to stay there, or we have to do some other bracing, but that's what it basically boils down to. And we'll figure out what we're doing with the brick upstairs, or not upstairs, but above that. This has turned into more of a project than we thought maybe we were going to, because you can see that this stuff is all loose. It's just kind of falling out. So we can't really put a backsplash against that unless we cover it with something. So we're still debating how best to go about it, but right now the thought is we're going to take all this plaster down and get down to the studs, and then we'll just drywall that wall. So that's kind of where we're at on that. And this is a big change. This has been basically gutted down to furring and whatever's here. I've opened up this so we can actually start hauling all this crap out that's come down from the ceiling. But the ceiling is what's so exciting for us. And hopefully this will show, but this structure here is where they dropped the ceiling. And the structure above that, you can see vaults. That's a rafter going up, and it goes all the way up above the window and our siding. And you can see our siding looks fantastic. And so basically all this drop ceiling here, all this is coming out. And so our ceiling in this porch area will go all the way up to that vault and then follow it down. You can see it'll come on down, and then it'll end up where that beam is there. That one will remain. This goes, this goes. So we'll just have that vault going up. And then we'll hit that beam and these rafter tails that stick out beyond, and we'll figure out something, whether we continue that flat ceiling across there at a different level, or I'm not sure what we'll do as far as a roof overbuild or whatever. But anyway, that's the plan. It'll probably just be that it'll come down, hit this point here at some point, and then we'll take this and run it flat off of that across over to that wall. I've exposed, taken the siding off over here. You can see, and the same applies to the other side. I won't go out the other side, but this is kind of the condition of the siding that's exposed on the other side, on both sides. And these are the walls we're taking out. So the siding is going to go over to that corner right there and stop. And then you can see right here, it'll stay there and then kind of come across. The window will be gone, and that will have a piece of just flat siding instead of that little notch for the window that we'll piece in from the stuff we're taking off and stick it there. And so that will be the exterior of the porch area. But all of this below that line right there, anything below that line would just be open porch across there. And that's what it'll be. So come up, and it looks like, you know, there's a concrete stair right there. They had something there before. And anyway, and then this, you can see, this is a little distressing. This is the siding. Luckily, it's not the actual structure of the building, but this is the siding, and you can see it's been completely eaten away. And who knows what we're going to find when we get into that workshop. But this is all coming off, and we'll expose that and see what we end up with. But you can see this was behind. There's the siding, and they put the aluminum on top of that. And this is something else. I'm not really sure till we opened it all up, but it's a little bit scary. So that's the workshop area. And it goes on across, and so what I have left to do is get all of the rest of this off, tear the rest of the ceiling out, and then take all that drop ceiling stuff out to end up with our porch. And that's where we're at. So wish us luck.